There we go. I wanted to talk about why it seems like people who are really unethical seem to always win in life, and I'm gonna somehow I will tie this to the dream we discussed in the last episode. I'm gonna try and see if I can put those two things together. Sweet. I believe, or rather, not that I believe, but I found 3 reasons why it seems like unethical people seem to always do better. And I need something more exciting than that. And it's an interesting, 3 different, very interesting perspectives. The first one I got from a Jewish rabbi, and what he says is that what we see as quote unquote evil people having things really go their way, it is God repaying somebody who did something good in a past life, right? He's returning the favor. And because for us, this life, if you're lucky enough, you get a 90, 80, 100 years. It seems so unfair, right? To have to watch that happen for all those years. Now, the truth is that somebody else winning doesn't take away from you winning, so that shouldn't bother you, basically. Quote unquote evil men. When I say evil men, I'm talking about both men and women. I'm just using the word men to make it easier instead of having to say both men and women. When we see evil men win, according to this rabbi or this man who studies Jewish scripture, it's just God repaying somebody for something good they did in a previous life. Because even people who do bad things now, there's probably a life where they did some good, and so they're just being paid for that. And this life, in God's eyes, it's fleeting. It's like that. It's insignificant for Him to do something like that for them. Oops. My mistake, man. My mistake. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, yeah, so he's repaying them, and that good fortune is just them being repaid for something they did. But that once they've been paid for the good they did, now they can start being punished. Right? So that's one. That was according to this Jewish rabbi, or this man of Jewish script. This man who studies Jewish scripture. The second explanation I got was from it's like one from the Jew, one from the Gentile. The next one I got was from somebody from an Orthodox. He was a pastor. One second.
Angels at their so-called convent. They call it a ritual, but it's nothing but drug-fueled torture. That place is evil.
The second one was from a pastor, a priest. And what he was saying, it was interesting. It was a lot more complicated than what the rabbi, or I'll just call him a rabbi. It's definitely a lot more complicated than what the rabbi had suggested. He suggested, the pastor, what he suggested was that in the beginning, when God made the earth and he put Adam and Eve in charge of the world, he gave them creative power to create kingdoms on earth. Right? He gave them that power to do that. But when Eve listened to the devil, the snake, the serpent, and ate from the tree of knowledge, she essentially gave up. She essentially empowered the devil, and gave some of that power away to the devil, so that now even the devil is capable of creating kingdoms here on earth. Now, that doesn't mean that what the hell did he do? She gave away some of that power to the devil, so now the devil is also able to create kingdoms. Oh man. Shit.
Give me a hand! I'm suffering here!
You caused all this drama so you can die. Completely useless to me.
Help! I need help!
So now that the devil can create kingdoms,
Oh God! I don't want to die! Help me!
essentially, and the way he does this is by twisting words and taking things that mean one thing and twisting them to mean something completely different. And so he's able to trick people into doing his bidding, right? So he doesn't directly create kingdoms here. He uses people to create his kingdoms here. And through those people, he's able to create something that others want and reward those that play by his rules. So essentially, create kingdoms here. And because the devil is able to create his kingdoms here, he is obviously going to reward his people. And so that's one reason why it seems like evil people do so well on this world. That one seemed like a pretty legit explanation for why evil seems to do so well in this world. I've given you the Jewish explanation, I've given you the Christian explanation, and I'm going to give you what I'm going to call the more circular explanation. The most circular explanation is that when it comes to power, you cannot get power via morality. Like there's certain rules that you have to know how to break when you want power. And people who have power or who get rewarded know which rules to break. right? It's not so much that they it's not so much that evil wins. It's just that there is a group of people who are willing to do what it takes. Who are willing to do what it takes, and that's what makes them so successful. Is that they are willing to break the rules, and that gives them an edge. So, for those of us who play by the rules, it seems like evil people are winning. But the truth is, it's just that there's a group of people who are willing to make those sacrifices that most people would not. All because of that asshole. Anyway, so yes, there's that group of people who are vicious and they break the rules. It's not so much that they are evil, it's just that they play by a different set of rules. You need to stay there. They play by a different set of rules, and to us it seems unfair. They seem like bad people because they don't play by the rules the rest of us play by. They just have a different mindset. Now, how does this tie into the dream that I had? By the way, if you want to know the dream, you can watch the previous episode of this podcast. I did an episode talking about when evil wins. And I guess I just want to highlight how deeply we feel compelled to play by a moral set of rules. And I did another interpretation of what that dream could mean. So watch the episode, and you can watch the episode before or after. Either way, it probably won't make much sense until you... What I'm about to say will probably won't make much sense until you watch that. So in the dream, it starts off, like I said, there's like a battle happening.
Enemies, watch out.
And in that battle, it's like a battle against evil. And what I was initially thought it was the evil. I was fighting evil in the world. But then as I thought about it, as I thought about this story from a holistic point of view, not just trying to decipher parts of the story, but trying to decipher the story as a whole, you know, I realized that the evil that I thought I was fighting, the evil that I was actually fighting, the evil that I thought, the evil that I was actually fighting was not the evil in the world, but the evil inside of me, right? And fighting the evil inside of me, it's a cyclical war. It'll never end, you know. It's because we are born into sin, we are sinners, and that war will never end. That's why that battle felt cyclical, because it never ends, right? It will continue as long as I'm alive. I will have to fight that. I will have to fight that reality. Now, this war is a war that will never end, right? Trying to keep that evil inside of me in check. And when I say evil, I'm talking about there is a drive inside of me that could potentially lead me to do some very evil things. Now, one of the things that is really helping that evil, I think, in today's day and age is technology. I know that is one of the things that has really caused me distress, because there are temptations in this world. For me, my biggest temptation is, I guess my weakness is women, right? I really enjoy women, and with technology it has made them so accessible, that is the last frontier for me. It is managing my relationship with women and finding a healthy relationship. The technology around me makes it very hard to do that, and it's almost like, these algorithms are watching me and they're giving me more of what I want, making it even harder to contain this evil inside of me. Right, this is where we were talking about the tower and how it's watching me. Right, so that which is helping the technology within me get strength is the technology around me. We're talking about Tinder, we're talking about Instagram, we're talking about all sorts of other ways to get or to feed this desire inside of me. Now, as I try to destroy that technology, right, there's always been this fear that if you try and fight the system will destroy you. And how does the system destroy you? It shames you. That is where we get this idea of, that is where they come in with me defecating on myself, right? That shame and having my peers see that, it's like that is the thing that is going to be the last straw. And when that happens, I will give up on the wall. Like, I feel like the one thing that is going to break me is shame. Being shamed in front of my friends that will be the last straw. When that happens, I don't know what I will do. Right? I don't know if I'll have the strength to keep fighting. It seems to me like there's a good chance I'll give up, right? And that's where that idea of me giving up and just saying, you know what, I'm going to do something else. Right, that's at in my dream. That was the time. That's the point when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go play basketball. Right, and when that happens, when I turn to the very evil that I was fighting to help me, for help, it's because I turn to that to heal those wounds inside of me. So I turn to this evil witch to heal the wounds inside of me. Those wounds are greed, are to fill those holes inside of me, which include greed, lust, and all of that, and to get those things fixed, right? And I turn to evil to get those things fixed. And so when that moment comes, it's like everything around me will change, and it's like even the road will clear for me, right? When I decide to turn to that evil, everything will clear for me to make it accessible. However, I will meet some people who will try to still save me, but it's chances are that I will ignore them, and people in more authority will end up giving me what I want, and this is where I will end up in a prison. This is basically all just an interpretation of the dream that I discussed in the last episode. It's a different way of looking at it, right? And the road will clear for me. Eventually I get to where I want to get, and I will not realize that I'm walking into a prison. Alright, and when I get into that prison, I'll meet other men who were searching for the same thing as me and got trapped in there, and they'll give me a warning. They'll be like, hey, listen, you're never gonna leave this prison, right? And by the time I meet the witch to get the help I wanted from her, it'll be too late. It'll be too late. I'll already be in the prison. So that's kind of like this. See how deep this question of morality goes, whereby for us normal people,
Gotta admit, Colt had the right idea of reusing old
we
stuff
have
instead of
internal
just letting it
systems
go to
inside
waste.
of us that are, constantly self-monitoring and self-evaluating and asking, are we doing things in a way that will keep our conscience at ease, right? Are we doing things in a way that will not upset God, right? To the point that I am even having dreams from my subconscious telling me to do things a certain way. And if we just imagine that if we imagine that 90% of the population is being guided morally in such a way, right? It's like for us there are certain set of rules we need to follow, and if we follow them we won't accept the creator, we won't accept God, and we will be rewarded for not upsetting the creator and or the universe or the balance of things, right? And thinking about that's like those are like chains, right?
Here's
You
got a
have
wild look in
chains
his eyes. Must be mating season.
that keep you in check. Lucky. We have chains that keep us in check.
Have you ever heard of bunk mating?
But there's a group of people who are not restrained by those kinds of principles. There's a group of people who are not who don't feel like they have to, even if they probably had a similar dream, they wouldn't feel like they would have to adhere to those kinds of warnings, right?
Thanks for waiting.
They understand that power requires them to do things that other people are not willing to do. Does that make them bad people, or is it that they understand that in order to create kingdoms, right? In order to create kingdoms here, you do need power, you do need wealth. You know, I don't know that you can make any sort of changes to the world if you don't have influence, right? Even Jesus himself was wealthy because he's a man who had his own wealth. So I don't think poverty is noble. I keep doing this. I don't think poverty is noble.
I'm moving.
And to gain certain level of wealth, you cannot play by the rules that everybody are playing by. Does that make you evil? I don't know. I'm sure people are certainly going to feel like it does, right? Because they have constrained themselves to a set of rules that you have chosen not to constrain yourself to. And that's unfair. And when people feel like you're not being fair, then it can certainly make you seem like the bad guy. Now that's not to say that people who have amassed power are not bad, that they're all saints. No, I'm not saying that. There's definitely a fair number of them who are terrible human beings. But I don't know that everybody who is wealthy is a bad human being. They've just learned how to play by a different set of rules. They know which rules to break. And unfortunately, we can't all break rules. For there to be a stable world, we need for most people to play by the rules. We need for most people to fear breaking the rules. And we need for there to be consequences for breaking those rules, so that people do have a reason to adhere to them. But with that being said, there's always people who are going to have a leg up because they don't fear breaking those rules. I don't know if that makes them bad. I think it just makes them rational.
With the Colt killing all the cattle, these deer will likely be next.
Look out, deputy. I just got word that the trailer park has been surrounded by cultists. They think we've kidnapped the defector, and they're gonna do everything in their power to save him. Our people are cornered. You gotta act fast.
John C. deserved to die. Good job. Come on, we gotta protect the guy.
Okay.
Way to go!
Someone who's got nothing to lose. Nice knowing you. The road, they're there. Cultists over there.
Where is this guy?
Great fucking shot!
Go ahead and kill me!
Deputy, I
There's
dug
one
up
more.
as many resistance members as I could find. They're gonna meet you at the nearby docks.
Come on, buddy.
Sure do appreciate
Let's
what you
go.
did.
Everything happened so fast.
Resistance members are on the way. Bring the defector to them.
Changing position.
Let's get this
Sheesh.
Please, forgive me.
I need a car, I need a car. Good man, good boy, good boy. Get him, get him. Sheesh. I get no car. This is intense.
Go for the jugular! On the move! Move your ass! See that little shit? Leave right here.
Come on, over here.
The fuck? I'm gonna end you, jerk!
They won't stop coming.
We got incoming fire! Don't let any Peggies get near us!
Turn any other cheek. That is the righteous path. Great job, Deputy. We've shown that we can open our arms and embrace those who have been led astray.
Yeah.
And there will
So,
be others.
evil. Why does evil
Solve
win?
every problem I've put before
Some
you.
people believe that
The Lord will guide you now. Next time you're in Falls End, come by the church. There's always time for a prayer.
That was the most heroic thing I've ever done.
Your dog's awesome.
yeah.
Eden's convent is where everything started. They used to brainwash people there, and now they're making angels out of them. We have to shut it all down.
Come on.
Why does evil do well in the world? Well,
You don't
some
see too
people
many
believe
dogs
that
nowadays. I think the
God
cults kill 'em.
is repaying them for something good they did in a previous life.
You're like the answer to our
Some
prayers.
people believe that the devil has gained the power to create kingdoms in this world, and
Cults
because
got
of that
messed up.
he rewards his people, and that's why we see evil people doing so well. And then there are some people who believe that people who do well or people who become powerful are just willing to do things that most of us are not willing to do. And I have talked about a dream I had to kind of show you the ways in which that is true, right? Like my subconscious is so afraid
I'll
of
never give this beautiful valley up.
the darkness inside of me. It's asking me to keep that in check, right? Keep that in check, keep that in check. And so that translates to me not doing certain things that probably I would need to do to find the success that I am looking for.
Be careful out there. I hear the cult doesn't take kindly to our canine friends. Those fuckers are gonna pay for what they did to me. Have you ever
Let's go
heard of
hunting.
buck mate call?
You know what? Let's go hunting. Yeah, so that's it from me, man. Why does evil win? Those three seem like the most satisfying answers as to why that happens. Yeah, satisfying is the word for that I'm looking for. I think for me, I will leave it at that.
I've gotta get myself a dog.
And I'll check you guys out on the next one.